Hello.
How are you doing today, Elizabeth?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Fantastic. What has your journey been like knowing, because I mean, I get this schedule weeks in advance. So what is it like for you to go, okay, now I get to sit down and I get to share my story with people that don't come with pictures?
Right. I don't know. I mean, they tell us literally like maybe a few days before,
Really?
from what I've heard, they forgot about one person too this morning to let them know, hey, you've got a meeting today. But yeah, they normally wait till the last second to be like, hey, you got this thing to do. So, but I love it. I think it's fun.
Preparing to be on NBC's The Voice, because those episodes to us, it's like, okay, a week has gone by. But in reality, we don't know what you've personally gone through as a creative person. That's the part of the story that inspires me the most, because that to me is the inside sleeve of an album.
Right.
What do you go through?
I think honestly, like, what do I go through? Like just being on The Voice and everything? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, you've got to physically keep yourself in shape. The vocals, you've got to make sure that mentally that you're in shape, because I mean, when that mind takes over and all of a sudden you feel doubt, I mean, it's like, wait a second, I'm going to be on TV in 4 hours and I'm in a moment of doubt. I can't be in this place.
Right. I mean, it is, again, like Michael and I were just talking about this, there was so much training that went into this and so much help, from the like production side of things, but it doesn't matter if you're getting like, months on end straight of training. I mean, as soon as you're out there and you're doing it, I mean, you're in it. But the great thing is that we really all did band together pretty quick and make friendships. And I think that is what got us all through, is just having that support system, like back at the Marriott Hotel that we were living out of for months on end. Like that is really truly what kept us mentally together. But we also were like swapping all of these different like vocal health care routines that we had. We had like these little nebulizers and honey and tea. So we all like held each other accountable a lot, and it's been amazing.
Every year that NBC's The Voice comes on, I get so jealous, because I've been to the morning show boot camps for radio people and all these conventions, but we don't get to sit down and swap shop. I mean, we talk about it, but we don't get to sit there and swap out secrets and things. So I'm so jealous that you get to be creative with other people.
Right. Thank you. It's been such a blessing to be able to do it and meet all of these different creatives. Like some of these people that I've been meeting, I would never in a million years dream of meeting. Like one guy is, his name is DJ Young, and he was on Hamilton, touring with Hamilton on Broadway.
Yep.
Like it's just wild. Like the people that you're meeting. And then Crystal and Cole, who's also written for everybody, massive that you can imagine. So it's just awesome people all around.
Do you think that having the speaking voice that you do, it's got to have its own zone versus the singing voice? Because you can out-talk yourself in a way where you can bring injury to your vocals as well. So how do you keep yourself disciplined enough to where those vocals for singing are protected?
Yeah, I love this question. Honestly, there was a lot of days where I was out there filming earlier this year, and I was on complete vocal rest, because especially like I live in Nashville, transitioning from Nashville environment and climate to California, massive change. It was so much drier and my voice was just shot, honestly, whenever I got there. So, a lot of days there were times where I was not talking. I didn't leave my hotel room. I was on vocal rest for days on end. And that was the only thing that got me to be able to like sound remotely like myself. So it was hard to stay disciplined with that. But, I made it work.
Oh, yeah. Every time I'd go out to L.A. to see my daughter at UCLA, I mean, I would have to sit there. I said, we can't go to a sporting event. We can't go over here to Disneyland, because my sinuses are so messed up. I don't want to do something wrong, because when I get back to radio, I'm not going to be worth a darn to anybody.
Yeah, right. Like it's so easy to overdo it out there because of how dry it is. I did not expect that at all, but I still love California though. It was great.
That moment that your mom said that, yes, you can start singing with her in church, that to me is a moment that 25, 30 years from now, you're still going to look back on that and you're going to go, oh my God, it's like it happened yesterday.
Yes. I mean, I still think about that I can still feel what it felt like whenever my mom brought me up for the first time to sing on stage at church with her. I was so nervous, and I still deal with a lot of like stage fright and anxiety too, but nothing like that, but at the same time, it was so exhilarating. And even though I was terrified, I I knew that that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah, because worship music has changed so much. I remember when I was a kid, that was our fidgety time when we were kids. When they were up there singing the songs and stuff, we would sit there and just play around. But now as an adult, I mean, it's a part of the experience. And I love the way that it's finally grown into that where people understand, pay attention. Those lyrics mean something.
Yes. And I think that's the thing too, that, as a songwriter now, I think I'm more aware of how much work goes into crafting the lyrics in worship music as well. I think a lot of times that was something I took for granted growing up and singing along. But you're so right about that. I mean, it's such a pivotal part of music in church and outside of it as well. Lyrics are they're everything.
Barry Manilow used to say all the time that he would create jingles for major companies, and he would say, look, all it is a song hook. My God, you do TV shows. Is it the same thing? Do you live by that? I have to create a song hook that's going to become a part of a show.
Yeah. I mean, I think creating songs that are hooky and memorable, I mean, it's pivotal to a song. That's something that I've really learned as I just graduated from Belmont University and I got a degree in songwriting. So, I think I learned a lot about that and how important that is to a song. Absolutely.
Well, it's got to be a golden age for you because, I mean, look at what we're binge watching. I mean, it seems like there's a new show every 5 minutes on one of the streaming channels.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just nuts. I think with the writer's strike and everything, we're going to see a big change in that pretty soon. But yeah, I think we're very lucky right now with having, kind of this infinite amount of choices that we have to watch and take in all of this talent. I love it. Has
your biggest dream changed now that you've been seen nationwide on NBC's The Voice?
It hasn't. Not at all, actually.
Oh, good.
I know. I was worried. I'm not going to lie. For a little bit, it got to be a little bit overwhelming with so many people viewing and critiquing and having opinions on, my artistry. But I think, honestly, the past few weeks have been very character shaping and character forming. And I don't feel like I've ever loved music more than I do right now.
That's
so
beautiful.
I'm really, really grateful. Yeah.
Where can people go to find out more about you? Because I still believe that, TV is a soundbite generation. We need to know more about you and find out more about your music.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah. So everybody can find me at Elizabeth Evanz with a Z at the end because the S was taken whenever I made everything. But so on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, it's just Elizabeth Evanz with a Z. And then my streaming platforms are just Elizabeth Evanz, my name.
Please come back to the show anytime in the future because the door is always going to be open for you.
Thank you so much, Era. You were awesome.
Well, you be brilliant, okay?
Thank you. You too.